Game of Thrones!
There we go! Welcome back to the third Game of Thrones vlog.
And it finally got a little more interesting. A little bit. Sort of. I was also on my phone at the time. Alright, so lots happened in this kind of episode. Things are finally starting to be like, hey, we're changing stuff up now.
I am like so terrified for CERSEI. Because like I see the trap that she's about to fall into.
It's not even a trap. It's like the way she decides to go. She's just like, oh, this is totally the way I wanted to go. This is how I get everything I ever wanted. Let me just screw you all over. And whoops, there was a hole.
So, in the very first episode, we got introduced to a new brand of religion in the Seven Kingdoms. In this case, it's like a very kind of like devoted version of the Seven. And they call themselves Sparrows, and they're led by the High Sparrow, who is a monk-esque kind of older dude.
Just kind of like running around barefoot because he gave his shoes to somebody who needed it.
Feeding the homeless.
Looks pretty innocuous. Just
yeah, there's nothing that
could go wrong with this guy.
It's
just feeding the poor. Yeah, so as CERSEI digs her own grave, a lot else happens elsewhere. That was an awkward sentence, I'm sorry. Down by the wall, Jon Snow is doing his thing. He is now the
Lord Commander
of the Night's Watch. Woohoo! Good for him, moving up in the world. Stannis has been like, hey, you know, you should really just go take Winterfell. Go take Winterfell. We need a
Be the Lord Stark you've always wanted to be.
And Jon Snow's finally like, no. This is my place. I'm here. I've taken my oath. We're good. And so he's off doing his Lord Commander thing. He's like, okay, you guys go here, you guys go here, and then...
Well, it starts out pretty well because he's like, he recognizes that Alistair Thorne has ability. And he understands that, you know, like, okay, this guy is like, I need to recognize that he's a decent Night's Watch guy. Like, I don't want to, like, I don't want my first act to be, like, shitting on the guy who almost beat me. So let's give him the role of First Ranger. That's, like, respectable.
Yeah, can't complain about that, right? You're clearly respecting his ability, and he's got some power, and he can be happy over there.
But his right-hand man,
Daniel Slint, when he tells him to go off and
rebuild one of the other castles,
is like, fuck no. You have no power over me. And Lord Stark looks at him like, want to rethink that? And he's like, no, I'm good. And Lord Stark's like, okay, well, off with his head.
And he cuts it off himself.
He just kind of finishes his meal.
Which I think is probably to come back and bite him in the ass.
Why?
I don't know, I understand what he was going for. It was just kind of like reinforcing that my rule is law. I know I'm young, but my rule is law, and I'm going to be like my father in the fact that if I serve the judgment, I'm going to serve the punishment. Like, if I tell you, cut off, like, have his head cut off, I will cut off the head myself. So it's just, you know, the whole, like, something... It just feels like it's gonna fall apart underneath his feet.
The only thing that could make it fall apart under his feet is if he stops performing his job as Knight's Commander and fucks up somehow. Like, not like he makes like a bad battle call, but like breaks their rules, right? Because he's enforcing their rules as they're supposed to be and as everybody's accepted them. But, you know, if he breaks the rules, they're gonna turn on him.
I'm just worried because I find Jon can be a little bit impulsive. Yes. And I don't, like, your very first, like, big call as the Lord Commander is to execute someone that you have a known dislike for.
But the thing is, he gave him a chance to
back
out.
I know, he did.
He was like, you want to rethink that. And the guy's like, nope, this is how it's gonna be. And then he's like, well, okay. tried.
But the big, like, thing in the episode that a lot of people are talking about is, holy crap, Sansa! From one psychopathic husband to another.
Like, why? Why would you do that?
So it turns out Littlefinger was not working on a marriage proposal for himself. Littlefinger was working on a marriage proposal for Sansa. And in theory, Littlefinger's plan is pretty solid. But we all know what Ramsay Bolton is like.
He is psycho. Like, more psycho than his father.
Oh god, I really, really hope that, like, Sansa can deal with this, because this is gonna be this could be the thing that
Like the way she dealt with Joffrey? Like, she did not.
Well, she's a lot stronger now. She's a lot, like, more, she knows the game now.
I think...
Like, because Littlefinger gave her the choice, right?
Yes.
Now, granted, it's not really like it was a good choice, because it's not like, but, you know, like...
I feel like Sansa is now aware of the game. Before, she had no idea what the fuck anyone was talking about. Now she is aware of the game, but she still doesn't know how to play. She's kind of, like, poking at it, but she doesn't really know the rules, and I feel like she could get in over her head really quickly. I mean, granted, I think Littlefinger will still kind of, like, look out for her, and he still needs her, so he's not just gonna let the Bolton do whatever he wants to her, but she can't also trust him, so.
I just want her to poison him. I just really want her to poison him. Or stab him, or something. Like, I don't really see Sansa as, like, violence. I think that's more of the realm of Arya. I think Sansa, it would be poison, or something...
Like gentle suffocation.
Yeah, that would be better. Suffocation. Get them really, really drunk on the wedding night and then just suffocate.
Pillow over the head.
Yeah. Like... I think Sansa would have been an even more terrifying character if she had, like, hooked up with Varys. Like, if he had been her mentor.
I think so. I think you're right. I feel like he'd have more of her interest at heart too.
Yeah. Versus
Littlefinger, who's just like,
Littlefinger, who everyone is a puppet. Everyone's a puppet.
Yeah, so.
Like, okay, because another thing that happened in the episode is we saw the Grand Septon in Littlefinger's brothel.
That was fucked up.
That was so messed up. But I'm sitting there, I'm just thinking, look how far Littlefinger's influence is. Like, he would know that the Septon goes to one of his brothels.
And,
like,
and participates in, like, weird rituals, that kind of...
Perversions of rituals.
Yeah. I don't even know what they are, but it seems pretty... sacrilegious.
No wonder he managed to always have money as the master of coin. Yeah. Oh, Robb Stark is having a feast, and you know all the lords and ladies from all the realms are coming, and oh the coifers are empty. Okay, who am I gonna talk on this time? Hey, Grand Septon. What if I accidentally had, like, you know, when Robert Baratheon is, like, in one of my brothels, he just kind of happens to wander in on a room where you're doing stuff. Yeah, you don't want that out. Give me money.
It's not blackmail. It's just friendly protection between friends. Friends.
We're all friends here.
The Sparrows are doing their thing. Arya, across the Narrow Sea, is doing her thing, and she got taken into the House of Black and White, and now she's learning what the hell is going on. They take care of dead bodies.
People, like, die there.
Yeah, that's kind of a place.
See, I had a problem with the scene just because it was really, really dark. Like, the cinematography was really, really dark, so I couldn't really see what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I find it hard to pay attention there. I was like, oh, she's doing her thing. But the one thing that he tells her is that, you know, in order to be a part of this and learn our secrets, you have to be no one. And who are you right now? You're Arya Stark.
You were wearing Arya Stark's clothes. You were carrying Arya Stark's sword.
You need to get rid of all your crap. And so she does, more or less. She throws her coin away. She throws everything that she brought from King's Landing away. The only thing that she does not throw away is her sword Needle, which she hides under some rocks. And you know what? They probably know about it.
They most likely will.
But they'll probably just, like, not say anything about it.
Until, like, some kind of big ritual near the end. Pull it out. I don't know. See, I'm really interested in the House of Black and White. I want to know what's going on, but I don't want to wait.
Well, I mean, even in the books, it's not really, like, explained. It's just kind of like, it exists and it does something. And it's probably interesting, but I haven't told you about it yet.
One more character.
Yes.
Our good old buddy Tyrion.
Now, Tyrion is being Tyrion. He and Varys kind of have some interesting discussions about...
I'm going to refer to every discussion that Tyrion and Varys have as trailer discussions. Because they're comprised of multiple one-liners that would fit in a trailer.
Yeah.
You can't argue with that.
No, you can't.
But they end up in a brothel, and Tyrion is like, yeah, brothel, yeah, I want to talk to this one. You're gonna do the nasty, and then you can't.
Because Shay's kind of in the back of his mind, and he's still working through a couple of issues there. So then he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna go out and pee in the back. And Varys is like, you know, you're people know who you are. Because you're across the narrow sea, people still know who you are. Like, you're not that in disguise out here. And he's like, no, I'll be fine. And so he goes up to the back, and lo and behold, someone knows who he is. And that someone is Jorah Mormont!
Yay!
Back from obscurity and banishment.
Yay!
And why he kidnapped Tyrion, well, I kind of know, but they don't tell you in the show.
I don't know. I mean, I like Jorah, but...
I don't think Jorah Mormont has a solid plan here. He's just like, oh, look, this'll please the queen. Have a Tyrion.
She'll like me again!
No. And the funny part is that's where Tyrion was headed anyways, was to Daenerys. Like thanks for this. Just thanks. So anyways, things are not looking up for Tyrion at all.
Things are never looking up for Tyrion, though. Like,
it's true. Things never get better for him.
I just want him to end up meeting Daenerys, and then Daenerys being like, you're a decent fellow, Tyrion. And Tyrion's like, you're a decent person, Daenerys. You want to be friends? Let's be friends. And then Daenerys becomes queen, and Tyrion becomes her hand, and the kingdoms are at peace, and...
You just want the fairy tale ending.
I want the fairy tale ending, and I know I'm not going to get the fairy tale ending.
Okay.
And Daenerys and Sansa have, like, tea every Sunday or something. I don't know.
Dragon rides.
Yeah, they go on dragon rides, and they meet up with Marjorie, and it's going to be great.
It'll be like the three queens of Westeros.
Yeah. And they'll all be wonderful and kind, and...
Sure thing.
And Jaime Lannister will grow a hand again. I don't know.
They'll marry Brienne and they'll be happy together forever and ever and ever. Anyways, that was Game of Thrones for this week. If you like our crazy, crazy fantasies of what will never ever happen in this series, tell us what you think. Alright, bye guys.